Hello and welcome to the New Normal with Steve Benequist. I'm New Normal and this is the Steve Benequist. Hello and welcome to the New Normal Lounge. It's me, the Salt Lamp, little wooden dude, and this has been a two-show night. This very space played host to the Big and Tall Show 8th anniversary Instagram cast just a couple hours ago. So I'm going to keep today's show short and to the point, or at least relatively to the point, or at least I won't redo it much. Yeah, so the Big and Tall Show, which you can see, I'm going to leave it up on Instagram for just a couple of days. I don't know if I'll archive it forever. I don't know if the performers meant it to be that way, but it's a fun hour and a half, hour and change. Big and Tall Show is a comedy variety show that I started 8 years ago, originally in Hollywood, then it moved downtown, then it moved to a different place downtown, and then it was in South Pasadena. It had different co-hosts. The greatest of all, we really had an alternate host, but the only co-host I had was Dean Haglund. Go find him. He was on X-Files, and he's a very funny comedian and improviser. We also had musical accompanist J.P. Houston from NPR's American Parlor Songbook, which I've contributed to many times. And he's terrific. He sings. And we got Rick Overton, the great Rick Overton, doing stand-up. Tatenda Mbudzi did both the character and stand-up. That was a nice twofer. Ruhita Kadambi did a wonderful stand-up set. And unfortunately, Matt Knudsen got nailed by technical difficulties. I don't know what the heck it was. It looks very annoying. It's me talking over him because I couldn't see him on my screen. Anyway, moving on to the new normal that we're all experiencing, because this show is your handy and helpful guide to the ever-changing new normal of these crazy early 20s that we're all going through. And while I was going to say that the new normal is at a pretty positive place right now in terms of all the, Biden got his, tax bill, not tax bill. He got his relief bill passed, and the maybe we've already gotten our $1,400. Good things are happening. People are getting the jab, as the BBC calls it, very efficiently, and more on me getting the jab later, because I realized that I have left a few questions in your minds. I've been getting the letters. But there is the issue of these anti-Asian hate crimes going on, anti-Asian and anti-Asian American, which blew pretty wide open with this mass shooting in Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't want to talk about this. I don't want it to be the new normal. In a way, race hatred is not a new normal, but it's reaching a new pitch with that crazy Atlanta police chief being so apologetic for the killer, and we find that he had a Facebook post saying the virus brought to you by China, spelled out so that you have to pronounce it in the stupid President 45 way, CHY-NA, China. I'll just say this. If I see anyone in my neighborhood or in my life running up on an elderly Asian person and hitting them with a stick or doing something, I will step in. I will yell at that person. I will get in between them. That is my declared hope. But at least make a noise. You can at least yell at them. You can at least protest. And it can be hard to find the courage to do that. I was in my favorite local park, and a woman had lifted up her dog to the human drinking fountain and let its mouth get all over the drinking nozzle. And even though it had a runnel that went down to where a dog could easily drink right off the ground if she were thoughtful and had brought a bowl, or just hold it a couple of inches down where the water comes down, I said nothing. But I'm going to learn to say something. Anyway, it's a stupid comparison, but there you go. Let's move on to my own personal new normal, shall we? I'd say that's a little more addressable, a little less sad. Let's see. For one, I'm thankful for social media. That is something I've struggled with, but it made it possible to have that show, which included someone from Texas and two people in Michigan, and me in Los Angeles, and several others in Los Angeles. So it was great, except for the couple glitches. So thanks, social media. Secondly, I'm taking more ownership of my time. I realize I've been frittering away a lot of it on social media. So while I'll still be here, don't worry, personally, in between the shows and stuff, I'm going to do a, what do they call it? A diet, a starvation diet, where I don't go on the Facebook or anything for like 4 days. And I think, who knows, I may have written a novel by the time we meet again. But don't worry. And to that end, to encourage you to take control of your time, I encourage you to subscribe to this video podcast. Just press the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and it means that you'll get alerted when there are new episodes, and you'll never miss them. When you check back in, if you follow me on Instagram, you don't have to just notice it as it scrolls by. You just click because you follow me, and there you go. You can find it and look at it. And won't that be grand? All right, all right, all right. And let's see. Yes, to the issue of my shot. We have that coming up, and yes, some letters. I know you've wanted to hear them. Echinacea. No caffeine. Staves things off. As I'm staving off, talking about this awkward topic. Last show, I told you that I got my second shot, second vaccine shot for COVID-19. And I told you that it's because, though I look remarkably younger, I am actually 66 years old. That's not true. What is true is that I I didn't skip the... I have an ID left from when I was a teenager and would go to bars that states that I am 68 years old and that my name is Walter Fong. Still works. So, did I lie? Or let me offer this alternative. Is a certain Walter Fong 68 years old and safely vaccinated? I leave it to you to judge. Moving on. All right, we've had some commotion, some ruckus. I've been getting letters, and some of them are about getting letters. So for the first time in a little while, let me read you some letters. First up, we have Nick in Massachusetts. Nick writes, Steve, won't you bring back the listener letters? Also, it's my birthday today, but please don't make a big deal out of it. Nick, you got it. Although I do have to ask you, and I mean this respectfully, but you do know there's a video component to this show? We don't just have listeners. Do you only listen to it? Again, with all due respect, maybe your computer monitor or phone screen are not working, and you are under the impression that this is purely an audio show. Meanwhile, I do my hair, I write stuff on the wall, I make sure that the guy's there. Hopefully you can see. If you can't, well, we'll see. Now I'm the jerk. Anyway, yes, the listener letters are back. So happy birthday, and keep on listening. Up next, we have Ambrose in Bellows Falls, Vermont. Dear Steve, love the show, but the missus and I noticed you seem to have had 2 cups of tea during the last couple of shows. Don't you think that's overdoing it? Sincerely, Ambrose. Ambrose, I'm all grown up, all right? So if I want 2 cups of tea, be it echinacea, be it hibiscus, be it chamomile, and yes, by the way, tea experts, I understand these are not actual teas. Those are infusions, as my Spanish family members would call them, infusiones. Or whether it be a decaf Earl Grey, I'll have as many as I like, thanks. Thank you for your concern. Moving on, we have Amber in Fellows Balls, Vermont. Amber says, Steve, I can hear your refrigerator running during the taping. sometimes. Don't you think that's unprofessional? Helpfully, or is Amber? Well, Amber, you can call it helpful, but I'd say you're actually calling attention to something that maybe doesn't need calling attention to. However, what you're calling attention to is not a refrigerator. It is some high-tech servers and audio equipment, which do need defrosting. So thank you for your attention. And up last, we have a letter from Pat in Flat.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, before you get to Pat, I gotta do Wabba Grill.
Lyle, can't it wait till after? This is Lyle Gerber, my executive producer, ladies and gentlemen, with his every show he does a plug for Wabba Grill.
Yeah, and when you get to that letter from Pat, everyone knows that the show's almost over.
No, you're ruining my flow, all right, Lyle?
Hey, you've been putting me off, and Howard is not getting his bang for the buck, and he's threatening to cut me off from the free Wabba Bowls.
You got a real problem.
I know.
You have a job. You can afford to pay for Wabba Bowls, all right? What are they, $10?
Yeah, each?
Yeah. Well, how many are you eating? Jesus.
It's not just that. There's gambling debts.
All right. Let me do Pat's letter. Then the floor is yours for 30 seconds. And that's it, all right? I can't go on. We're going to have to sort this out because I can't go on having ads for guys paying me nothing because you have gambling debts and you eat too many Wabba Bowls. Right? We don't have sponsors on the show. We have viewer contributions.
I know, blah, blah. Get a new normal t-shirt.
No, not blah, blah, blah. Yeah, buy a shirt. You can get something for it. Or if you just want to give, that's cool. We got links below in the YouTube thing. Okay. Pat from Flat Plains, Kansas. Thank you, Pat. Lyle.
Oh, yeah. Wabba Bowl. Wabba Grill. Wabba Dabba Doo. To make you a perfect Wabba Bowl, you start with a bowl to contain the food. Then you put a bed of rice. And then some vegetables of your choice. And then a meat. It could be a hand rub thing or a hand jerk.
All right.
Come on, let me...
Till next time, I'm Steve Benequist reminding you that if it ain't new, it ain't normal.